Look at the picture. See the skull. Visible Frankenstein controls. The Brain Thoughts broadcasting radio. The Frankenstein earphone radio. The latest new skull reforming to contain all Frankenstein controls.
This episode of Frankenstein Control is brought to you by Milky Ways. It's a chocolate bar. Delicious, filled with fluffer nutter. It's good. What? You think everything's gotta be weird?
There's not, like, spider eggs in the Milky
No,
Ways?
it's just creamy nougat.
It's just covered in regular chocolate?
Covered in chocolate.
Like normal chocolate?
Yes.
I get Milky Ways confused with Three Musketeers. But Milky Ways are okay.
Milky Ways has caramel in it.
Yes.
Oh, those are better. Yeah, okay. I like
When
those. And
Three Musketeers is just the nougat.
by nougat, do you mean that weird gray, like chocolate mousse-like substance that exists
Yeah, like
only
the fluffy,
inside
fluffy
of
stuff.
Yeah.
that it only exists inside of Three Musketeers bars?
You know, the candy equivalent of seafoam.
Yeah, that stuff.
Three Musketeers used to be like my favorite candy for a long time, and now it's like very far like flung from that now.
Yeah.
I don't hate them. I wouldn't turn them down, but they're also like, I've also lost my sweet tooth a lot over the years.
Really?
I really don't crave sweet things that often. Like, I will eat tremendous amounts of like chicken and stuff and like not have any room for dessert. And like Lissa's like, remember to save room for the pie and all that stuff. I'm like, I don't give a shit about that. Give me the meat.
Fuck your pie!
I hate your pie.
That is absolutely not true. My wife was an excellent bakist.
Wow. I should say that the Milky Way people did tell us to mention that a bunch of bakists make their candy bars.
Oh,
Okay.
That's another reason why you should go out and buy Milky Ways.
But there's nothing in it that's baked. It's just caramel and chocolate.
Which is why they're not very good, because they have unexperienced people making them. Instead of having candy makers make their candy, they're having pie makers make it, and they're just confused the whole time. Like, why are we here? What are we doing this?
You know what? Let's go on with candy talk, because I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, candy. Would you rather's? We're going Good Mythical Morning.
Okay.
So, would you rather have? Be right, a Milky Way or a Snickers?
Probably a Milky Way.
Okay, Milky Way or a Three Musketeers?
Probably a Milky Way.
A Milky Way or a Twix bar?
Twix.
Yeah. Okay.
Twix is
okay.
good.
This is you passed the test. This was actually it's a Turing test. It's to see if you're human. Because if anyone answers Milky Way between Milky Way and a Twix, you know that they're not real.
They're a replicant.
They're a replicant, exactly.
What's the name of the, is it the Voight-Kampf from friggin' Blade Runner?
That was the test is?
Yeah.
Your above baseline.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Interlinked.
that is the Foiberkampf test for humans. Is do you want a Twix or a Milky Way? And if they answer Milky Way, you know that they're potentially a machine person.
Harrison Ford has to shoot you.
And Harrison Ford has to shoot you.
Well, that's not really a punishment. That seems great to me.
You want Harrison Ford to shoot you?
Sure.
Harrison Ford?
You want Harrison Ford to just fly down in his plane and land on your lawn and shoot you?
Yes,
well, I mean, he's
nothing
going
more
to
than
crash
that.
it into my lawn and shoot me with a flying airplane part.
Harrison Ford got a lot of shit for all the airplanes he crashed, but like the thing is he's actually a really good pilot, and like
That's the only reason why he's still alive.
I saw like an
because he's like, pull it up, Chewie, pull up.
I saw an actual pilot or aeronautical expert break it down. And
sweet. Did he have sick moves?
Yeah, well, they were just like, basically what happened to his plane kills most pilots this happens to. And the fact that he, crash landed instead of just exploded is a testament to the fact that he's a really fucking good pilot.
Well, okay. I can't fault him for surviving fatal crashes because he's good enough to fall with style instead of die.
Do you think he's related to Joseph Joestar?
Every plane he gets into crashes.
No, but
Never
I do
getting
believe,
on a plane with you again, Grandpa.
I do definitely believe that Harrison Ford has a stand.
What's his stand name?
It's Chewbacca.
No, it's got to be a band, so it's Chumbawamba.
Hey,
But it just looks like Chewbacca.
I'm down with that.
Or it could be the...
It's Chewbacca in, fishnet pantyhose.
Gotta be a way to make it a nightmare. Just a straight
What?
up.
That's not a nightmare enough for you?
That is a nightmare. I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Chewbacca, but he's got fishnet pantyhose and like heels as well, and he's got like a Terminator Borg style like eyepiece and everything wrapped around his head.
And he's got to have the fingerless gloves with a bunch of studs on them.
Yeah,
God damn it! See, like I can remember.
and no hair on his fingers.
No hair on his fingers. They're human fingers.
Chewbacca with naked hands is like the creepiest fucking thing I can possibly imagine.
Wow, that is...
It's horrifying.
what about a shaved Chewbacca?
That's Aqua Teen Hunger Force already did that.
Oh no, what?
Yeah, there was an episode where there's like this wolf man and he's just clearly a shaved Chewbacca. And at one point, like, he gets hair on him again and he's just Chewbacca. And he's like this stupid wolf man and he's yelling at Carl's house, as so many beings and entities on that show do.
Yeah, they're all drawn to Carl to cause him misfortune.
Misfortune and general annoyance. Speaking of general annoyance,
We've talked about...
welcome to Frankenstein Control. I am your host, General Annoyance. To my right is...
I'm Private Irritating.
And in front of me, as always, is Private Parts.
I'm actually Master Sergeant Stolen Valor.
Oh, that's pretty good.
The favorite straw man of the right.
What was the character in Sheep in the Big City?
Oh, it was
General Specific and Private Public.
yeah, and Major Lee Outrageous.
Wow.
That's stupid.
They got lots
That's a weird fucking show.
It was.
Puns for days. I remember absolutely nothing about that show except
too.
that it existed and that all the characters had puns for names.
Yes.
The plot, in air quotes, is that the army wanted that sheep to power a sheep-powered ray gun. And I don't know why they couldn't just get a different sheep. I don't know why it had to be that one, but
Because he was
did.
bipedal
Yeah,
and
so-
he had a face that looked like a flounder.
yeah, with his both eyes on the same side.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
And he didn't speak; he just bowed.
I watched that show, as we all did, because it was on Cartoon Network at the time, and I remember nothing about it. I can't remember any of the episodes.
I watched Sheep in the Big City, which was the style at the time.
Exactly. Exactly that.
We didn't watch it because we enjoyed it. We watched it because it was on.
Exactly.
Like Doug.
Yeah,
It was a requisite of making sure I was tuned in the channel in time to watch Ed, and Eddie, which I
Yeah.
actually wanted to watch.
We watched it because you were a lonely child that didn't like to play outside, and your mom wouldn't let you play Paper Mario too much. So
Because it scared you?
No, because of arbitrary restrictions on media.
Oh, yeah.
You can't play that many video games. Go watch some TV.
Yeah. Arbitrary restrictions on media. That's
Yeah.
a perfect way to put that.
Yep.
No, it was Lissa who was scared by Paper Mario. What's the character that's like is she some kind of a spider? Is her name Mimi or something? And she chases
Oh,
you?
that's Super Paper Mario.
Super Paper Mario.
That's,
Okay.
That was on the Wii. That was after I had parental restrictions on media.
Was the character's name Mimi? Is that what it was?
I never
Or
played that one.
Something. Anyhow, it would chase you, and it really freaked Lissa right the fuck out. And she tried to replay it as an adult at some point in the last 4 or 5 years, and she's like, "Oh God, I'm getting anxiety at this part."
My favorite game was Super Mario and the 1,000-Year Whore.
And I was like,
That's an old blowjob.
Oh. Unless the prostitute is immortal.
I was like, if honey,
Oh,
if
that
this-
would suck.
Yeah,
What
she's
if you're
immortal,
a-
but she still ages.
Well, no, like, what if you're immortal and the only way to retain your immortality is to give blowjobs?
I'd be down with that. I do this for free.
I guess it's because I've never wanted to give a blowjob.
I'm going to talk about something else, which is that
About eating pussy, right?
No,
What? This is a family program. We can talk about it. It's educational. As long as you say it's educational, you can put it on YouTube and not get demonetized. Which is great because we're sponsored by Milky Way. Fluffy Milky Way.
Put them in your butthole.
Put them in. Shove them up your butthole and then play the video reverse. It just looks like you're pooping.
Gently pull the turd out with your fingers.
Cologuard, sponsored by Cologuard.
How did I end up here?
We got into a manic episode, B-Right. What were you talking about before I interrupted you?
No, I remember saying to Lisa at the time, I was like, honey, if you can't handle this gentle, like, spider character that sort of benignly chases you through a few scenes, you could not handle Utaji the Flesh Mage from Drakon the Ancient Gates.
What the fuck? Wait a minute. Drakon the isn't that the game with I'm right here, Ren?
It is that game, and I actually think I've talked about Utaji the Flesh Mage before on this podcast.
That does sound familiar.
A horrifying fucking character that you have to face as one of the last bosses in the game. You got to go to his creepy ass palace.
Does he beset you with hordes of skin tag soldiers?
No, he is.
I got the same one.
Ugh.
Like pretty much the same place.
I have a skin tag. I was playing with it.
No, I've talked about Utaji the Flesh Mage before, but he's like the main enemies in Drakon the Ancient Gates are like these sorcerer race called the Desert Lords, and they had this mage work with them back in the day, and he made them this big ass monstrosity called the Pain Golem, and that was like their super weapon.
Wow,
that's what we nicknamed Taylor.
He is. It's just Taylor. It's just a giant version of Taylor.
I accept this. Although I will demand money from them now that I know they use my likeness.
Without your permission.
Mm-hmm.
All the way back in 2002.
I have to say this before I forgot.
What?
I had a dream where
one day
I went into your room to check up on you, and you had completely shaved yourself. So you were bald, beardless. And I'm like, he looks like a giant baby.
I mean, if you completely shave anyone, they look like a giant baby.
That's Judge Fudge's whole deal.
Does this mean I was nude also?
No, you were wearing a shirt. You're just like
only a shirt? Was I Donald Ducking it?
You were in your chair.
Oh, okay.
That's not an answer to that question.
I need to know if you're dreaming about my genitals.
I couldn't see any genitals.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a little traumatizing to see you without a beard or hair.
I think I'd be traumatized too. You know what? I'd look like God, it looked like that guy from that one Flash video. Do you remember back in the day when like Flash movies were just nonsense?
Mm-hmm.
And like they would have lots of like weird. It was very Gen Z, but like cringy instead of funny.
Uh-huh.
And like I forget which video it was, but there was this one Flash animation where like over and over a repetitious image of this zoom in on this bald guy making this like kind of face would happen. I think that's what I would look like.
I think I vaguely recall what you're talking about.
But if we want to be more relevant, I look like Principal Kobayakawa.
Yeah.
I'd be talking on the phone all sweaty.
That is
and I get hit by a whoops.
Oh, yep. I don't know about that part yet.
Oops.
So
He gets hit by a baseball bat.
He gets hit by a smooth
window.
criminal.
Yeah.
Is
He's been
it
hit by, struck by.
Is it Ryuji?
You'll find out.
Yes.
Also, Ryuji reminds me a lot of Steven. And
For real?
oh god.
Persona 5.
This is too real.
You for real?
For real? Man.
At work, we sell these like blend in the store.
I know exactly
milkshakes,
what you're talking about.
and they're called for real as like F apostrophe REAL.
Yeah.
And
For real?
they're unfortunately when they were playing the ads, we weren't playing Persona, so I wasn't constantly going for real with the commercial. But what I was doing is there's like they're going like the new for real milkshakes are on sale, blah 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 blah. And one of them's like for real, and the other one's like Pharrell. That's the way she says it, like Pharrell,
Like Pharrell, the musician.
Because I'm happy. Wait, was that Pharrell?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure it was.
I hope so.
FBM and I got one of those one night. It was the night where we were driving. It was the night he told me about Stormlight Archive. We just like drove around the entire state of Maryland in the dark one night and talking about fantasy book series. And that's when he told me about Stormlight, Mistborn, and the Abhorsen trilogy. And then I read all of them, and they're fucking great. And we like stopped to refuel at the last remaining Wawa in Maryland and got one of those milkshakes at like 1 a.m.
Yep.
And that was a thing that we did. And then we drove around the Maryland Live Casino going, wow, this looks great, but it's a horrible hellhole that I'm not happy is here and probably takes advantage of people's families. And we get kicked out real quick if we went in there.
For 1 week only at the Maryland Live Casino, it's Jimmy Buffett live, playing all of his greatest hits. Margaritaville. Wasted away again, Margaritaville. Looking for my Margaritaville.
That cheeseburger song.
Cheeseburger family.
There was, in my hometown, there was a restaurant called Cheeseburger in Paradise.
Oh, yeah.
And it was themed after the song.
About James Buffet.
And there was a night where my dad and I was probably like 16 or so, and like I think Mom might have been on a business trip or something like that. For some reason, Dad and I were by ourselves. And he's like, you know what, let's go out to eat. That sounds like fun. How about we check out that cheeseburger place? That sounds like a fun time. And we went in there, and like the burger was good, and I got like a cone of like popcorn chicken as like an appetizer.
Ooh.
It was good, but like it was one of those places that plays, and it wasn't even live music like a band, but they just play the fucking music so goddamn loud that we couldn't even have a conversation. We were like screaming, my dad and I were trying to talk to each other. We were just like screaming over the music.
And you're like, I love this song.
Except like neither my dad or I are fans of Jimmy Buffett, and we never went back, and then now it's out of business, and it didn't last very long.
Yeah, I would.
Theme restaurants generally tend to do poorly.
Yeah.
It's like you kind of just you need like a mood restaurant, not a theme restaurant.
Yeah, because you go there once, you get the theme, and then like why would you ever go there again?
Yeah.
You see it, you experience it, you're done. And restaurants rely on repeat visits.
Yeah, it's like, what is this, Disney World?
Yeah, kind of. It's like that. Like you expect theme restaurants at chintzy places like Disney.
Yeah.
Not just like down the street. And it's like, here's the Macho Man Randy Savage. Actually,
you would go to that.
I need
Get
to
a Macho Man Randy sandwich.
I need to redact.
Go
very
there.
good, by the way, Ada. Very good. We're coming up. That's our next segment. We're coming up with what is a Macho Man Randy Savage restaurant?
Well, first of all, there is no raw meat in the building. All the meat is jerky.
Oh,
so
God.
you have like jerky burgers, jerky chicken. It's just a big old slab of beef jerky stuck on a bun, and you eat it that way.
Oh my God, that sounds horrible. I love it.
Truly awful.
Wrestle your food with your tongue. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're gonna come out with this jaw muscles buff as fuck from all that chewing.
Yeah, you're gonna have a thick one-piece neck.
You can order a cup of coffee.
That's right away.
And it absolutely has cocaine in it.
Yes, and you have no choice in getting it. It is not on the menu, but you are getting a cup of coffee. Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time. You're gonna get the cup of coffee and the cream of the crop. Because the cream rises to the top. I imagine the experience of going to Macho Man Randy Savage Experience is You walk up. It's kind of like walking up to a Red Robin. Lots of bright colors. The building has a fairly modern aesthetic, but definitely, I think, like a use of zebra print.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there's tons of animal print.
There's spotlights, and like the building has props around it to make it look like it's surrounded by turnbuckles and ropes. But like if your kids try and play on it, they like snap because they're made out of really cheap fiberglass, and your kids get injured.
They're made out of licorice.
Yeah, it's becoming Macho Man's Willy Wonka factory. So you walk into the doors, and when you do, you hear like a bong bong, like the start of a bell. Mm-hmm. And when the host comes up, whether it's a man or a woman, they have to wear a cowboy hat. And
the giant visor sunglasses,
and Speedo, and they need to wear a Speedo, and they need to come at you, but their top is like those embarrassing short vests and like white shirt that they make wait staff use in a lot of restaurants. I think like Red Robin. No, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but they also, so it just looks like they're not wearing pants and have a Macho Man above body. And they come up to you and they go, "Who? Yeah, are you ready to get served?" A hot meal, that is. Right this way, sir.
Oh.
And you go this way, and every time your ass touches one of the booth seats, you hear a quiet, "Ooh, yeah!" Every time you sit down.
It's a bit crushed.
And you go and you wait for the waiter, and they intentionally take a long time until one of you complains how hungry you are, and then the waiter busts through the wall of your table and goes, "Step into a meal menu." Oh yeah, and they slam the fucking they people's elbow the menus onto the table, which crushes the table. These tables have like pistons, and it's made of pre-broken parts.
Yeah,
so it's meant to break every meal. But they don't.
Do not get caught in the gears. They will destroy your knees.
They will destroy your fingers if you get caught in them. And also, the table stays crumbled for the entire meal.
You have to eat on the floor.
You have to eat on the floor. Like a true WWE champion, yeah.
And just like the actual WWE, all of the employees are taken advantage of financially by that McMahon guy, and none of them have good health insurance and destroy their bodies to entertain you.
Vince McMahon is played by... he's sort of like a mascot type character. He's like Mayor McCheese.
Oh, God.
Except he's Mayor McMahon.
A giant friggin' foam head caricature of Vince McMahon would be horrifying.
Yes, it is a man with a very wide-shouldered suit that's too big for him, so he looks like a giant child. And he has the big foam head, but for some reason there's also like 2 foam hamburger buns straddling his face, but not vertically, horizontally.
Yeah.
So he looks like a cloister and a Vince McMahon mixed together. He comes up, and throughout your meal, if you're inattentive, like if you're distracted by something, Mayor McMahon comes along and steals your cheeseburger. Oh, sorry, your cheese jerker, because everything is jerky meat.
Yes.
So he'll steal your cheese
cheese
jerker.
and jerky mixed together sounds just abominable.
That's how they sell it, though.
I know. I've seen some of those like twin packs of like cheese, and that's gross.
Okay.
Well, actually, you know what? Yeah, I might try that.
If you've ever had charcuterie, it's basically like the redneck form of that.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it. This is just a reminder to me that when I made my lunch for work last night, evidently I left the cheese out on the table all night. And Melissa found it this morning. He was like, "Oh, your cheese, you left it out all night. I'm sorry." And I was like, "Oh, fuck."
Did your dog, did your cat eat it?
No.
Oh.
But he did smack my hand because he's a monster. When I make my lunch, he wants turkey. And I had like... So he comes in and yells ferociously the entire time I'm making my sandwich. And sometimes I give him small bits of turkey. Very small bits.
Rookie mistake.
Shouldn't have done that.
Shouldn't have done that.
Now he expects it.
It got to the point, I was like, I will never become what I saw my father become, where it got to the point where he had to buy 2 separate turkeys, one for his own lunch and one for the animals. Because it got to that point.
Golly.
And... It got to a severe point where that happened, and I'm not gonna let it get that far.
Yeah.
But I gave him one small piece of turkey last night, and then I had one of my hands dangling down by my side, and he reached up and smacked it with his little claws because I wasn't giving him more, and he was yelling the whole time. So that happened. But
that's what the playful mascot Hulk Hogan does.
Smack your hands.
Yes, at the Macho Man Randy Savage, the Savage Experience. Hulk comes up on all fours. They hire a very buff, very oiled man to dress up like Hulk Hogan in his yellow Speedo and do this. He walks up to you like a cat or dog, and like he will like gently pat at your hands until you give him a slice of jerky. And go, B-Rye, what sound does Pokin make? So he'll go, brother. And keep doing it until you either give him a piece of jerky or wrestle him. Mm-hmm. But what were you going to say, Ada?
I imagine that the working conditions at these restaurants are not very good.
No.
Especially with the no doubt like constant playing of Macho Man. That's the only song they play. Employees have to wear the humiliating get-up. They're constantly accosted by naked oiled men swatting at their hands for food. There is actually mental illness that that comes from working here.
Oh no.
That comes from working here. It's called Macho Madness.
I know it. And it's running wild.
Oh my god.
Wait, that's Hulkamania's running wild. I fucked it up.
That's okay if you. They'll be like, now there is a risk of gaining Macho Madness if you work here for too long, and they're like, oh my god, I've been working here a while. How much longer do you think before it sets in? And he goes, right now, yeah.
The only cure is lots of cocaine.
Yes, you need a lot of cocaine just to stay off. Which is lucky the Macho Man Randy Savage, the Savage Experience pays a lot actually to its employees. The work conditions are terrible, but they pay a lot. But it's mostly to feed their coke habit.
Yeah.
To stave off the Macho Madness.
And you can buy coke at any Macho Man Randy Savage Sandwich Experience.
And they're licensed by the DEA to sell you cocaine.
It's legal. Anyone can just go up there and buy some cocaine.
But if you do ask for coke, they'll be like, "Is Pepsi okay?"
I don't know. Is Pepsi okay? I haven't heard from them in a while.
I was talking to Ada about that the other day.
I had a friend
of just like that classic scenario where you're at a restaurant and they're like, "And what would you like to drink, sir?" And you're like, "Can I have a Coke?" And they're like, "Is Pepsi okay?" And you're like, "Oh, yes, God, just don't."
I have a friend.
Just don't say I can't tell the fucking difference. And then that's why Ada came up with like, I was like, "Is Pepsi okay?"
I don't know. Are they okay? I haven't talked to them in a while.
How have they been?
Or just be like, yeah, they're fine. They're doing well.
I like that one. Yeah, they're doing fine.
I have a friend who had another friend who I also knew.
Heard from another that you've been messing around.
No, this person was the friend of the friend was someone that my friend was concerned about because they were gradually partying worse and worse and doing worse and worse things at their parties.
This is going to end tragically, is it?
No.
Okay.
No. Everyone involved in this story is still alive, and this incident was years and years ago.
Oh, okay.
And nobody's in jail either. So my friend was at a party with her friend, who she was concerned about the increasing bad habits of. And at this party, her friend said, "Hey, you want some Coke?" And my friend said, "Yeah, actually, that'd be great." And she was thirsty, and she expected soda.
Oh, no.
And they literally brought her cocaine.
Oh, no.
And she was like, "Oh, God!"
I imagine a butler stepping up and be like, "Your cocaine, madame."
Your cocaine, man.
Cocaine butler.
Is that a JoJo's character?
Now it is.
It's from some old video of like a homemade advertisement for cocoa butter lotion. And it's like, you can use it in so many ways. And one of the ways is Cocoa Butler. And like they put like a tub of cocoa butter with like a tuxedo on it.
And it rolls.
Like rolls through the door.
Like, yeah, it appears through a door. And like, this is all real. It's like not animated or anything. So like, this is basically puppetry. And it's really funny and unexpected. And it's definitely, along with Fenton, it's like one of my favorite videos on the internet.
That's funny.
Cocoa butter and Fenton, the dog. And just
like peanut butter and jelly. You put them both in a sandwich. You might piss off some people because you're eating a dog, and you're not going to enjoy it because cocoa butter is not food.
You can get cocaine and dog jerky at the Macho Man Randy Savage Savage Experience.
Oh yeah, snap it to a dog jerky.
I won't let this joke die, damn it. Not until we get to the finale, which is any restaurant worth its salt. The number one thing. How do you humiliate people when it's on their birthday?
Oh God. Horrification in stereo. Oh man. I think that
they come out and put the giant cowboy hat on you, and
what they do is this all starts before the restaurant. You're actually kidnapped by staff, and they take you and like behind the kitchen and machonize you.
Machonize you?
Yes, and they like.
What does that entail?
They surgically implant horrible muscles all over your body.
Oh, God.
Cover you in spray tan. Fuse giant sunglasses and a cowboy hat to your head. You cannot take them off.
not unpainfully.
Yeah,
I think I'd rather die.
and then they like put strings on your wrists and ankles and like puppet you from the ceiling and make you do Macho Man things as you reenact his greatest wrestle fight. Against the oiled Hulk Hogan man.
They make you walk in through like the center part of the restaurant where it's like the place where all the wrestlers walk into the ring and like come in from the side and like the fireworks and the theme song goes off, and while the fucking Macho Man theme that happens and you're being meat puppeted to across and down the way as like fireworks are blowing sparks painfully onto you. And the smoke machines are like
and it's especially hard to breathe because they put like a giant fake smile in your mouth so nobody gets concerned about you, so you can only breathe through your nose.
Oh yeah,
so
it's
you
like
can't take those like big sigh breaths you need.
It's like a solid version of one of those things that the dentist puts in your mouth to keep your teeth exposed.
Yeah.
It's like one of those, but they like put giant Macho Man teeth in front of it so nobody can tell you're being tortured.
This is so genuinely horrific.
It's part of the experience.
It's a savage experience, B-Ryan.
Why would anyone go there?
That's great.
They're kidnapped.
This is the board meeting to get funding for it. And B-Ryan's the banker's like, why would anybody do that?
We force them. We steal them from their homes.
Yeah, well, first
we
of all,
macho-nize them and put them in a horrible restaurant.
It's even worse than like John Hodgman's bit about the John Hodgman has a van and he just abducts you and forces you to participate in like quiz games and shit. It's the home of the John Hodgman Lights Out Knife Fight Challenge or whatever.
home of the Macho Man Randy Savage, the Savage Experience, sponsored by Milky Way. Had to throw that in there. Sorry, get those big bucks.
Oh god,
those big candy bucks. Throw me another Milky Way.
How is any of this legal?
Oh, it's we open it in
New Orleans, where they don't have laws.
Yeah, where they don't have laws. Well, you go Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, open it in Vegas. Because that's where, like, themey bullshit
yeah, that's
pretty,
perfect.
It's pretty decent, actually. And, like, people willingly torture themselves by throwing their money away, basically.
Yeah.
If you can convince them to do that, you can convince them to get kidnapped and become Macho Man Randy Savage by force.
You have
non-negotiably become Macho Man Randy Savage.
And, like, they don't fix you back up. You're stuck that way. Look, I have a job to go to. I can't go into work with massive muscles permanently oiled with a fake smile.
Yeah,
you should have thought about that before it was your birthday.
Should have thought about that before we kidnapped you.
You're gonna wish this never happened.
I already do.
The Macho Man Savage Experience.
Mm-hmm. But as compensation, you do get a lifetime supply of jerky.
That is, which is impossible to eat because of your fake smile.
They give you 3 pieces of jerky before you die.
Technically a lifetime supply.
Here's your lifetime supply. This is only 3 pieces. Yup.
Yeah, they take you out back and shoot you.
And Harrison Ford is the one that pulls the trigger.
Yes.
Hey, took a full circle.
Hey.
All right, yeah.
We've done it. We've come around. We've come around the Milky Way. All 500,000 years have passed.
Piloting and crashing our ship with our Chewbacca stand named Chumbawambus.
What a savage experience it's been.
I was trying to remember the in-lore Star Wars like name of the dumb Cantina band because I do know it and I forgot it, and I was gonna
Casey
have that.
and the Sunshine Band.
No, I was gonna have that be Han Solo's Stan's name because it has to be a band, but I couldn't fucking remember because I let myself down.
Yep.
Van Halen.
No.
Rocket Man.
No.
Rocket Man.
Okay, maybe.
Is it Rocket Man?
No, it isn't Rocket Man.
But is it Rocket Man?
No.
Breath of the Wild.
That's the one.
Oh, Starship. Hey, all right. Jefferson Starship. No?
Yeah.
Yes.
That works.
Yeah. We'll do that.
From all of us at Macho Man Randy Savage's The Savage Experience. Oh yeah! Ah, Starship. No.
Now even you know I am a menace. I hand you the secrets to save the entire human race and the entire universe.